Dolphins wise, since somebody brought it up, I think I'll talk about it now. You know what's going on right now with the Dolphins, and we've talked about it, and we've talked about how this is not a season where they're not investing to win. It just they didn't put any urgency in this offseason. You know it, I know it. Okay? They did things like they were like Chris Greer did things like he was comfortable. Like his job was safe. You know it, and I know it. He didn't spend, he didn't mortgage the future, he didn't trade extra picks. In fact, he traded a pick this year to become a better pick next year. Super responsible. It was an incredibly responsible offseason. But at the same time, you have a coach that is supposedly trying to save his job. And this is the worst team that Mike McDaniel has had in his tenure. And he's not a good coach. So this doesn't bode well. And at the end of the year, we could have people that are happy. We could have people that are super pissed. Happy because they cleaned house. Pissed because they only fired McDaniel or kept Greer. Not for me. I'll be fine with that. But I get I'm way in the minority on that, and that's fine. I'm used to that. That's good. But here's what I got to warn you, and I'm going to warn the Dolphins. I'm going to warn the owner. Um, this reset or step back this year or whatever it is, I believe this is a transition year. I believe above they're done with McDaniel, and he's going to sink or swim with whatever he has. And if he sinks, they'll fire him and they'll put Weaver in. That's what I believe. But let me give you a scenario that may not happen, that will leave you pissed off, okay, and frustrated. What if Greer is safe? Well, some of you at least. What if Greer is safe and McDaniel is safe? And yet you have a terrible year, and they're like, well, we feel we were on the right track, but we wanted to reset this year to then restart next year. And they bring back McDaniel. Fan base would revolt. I don't think a lot of people, I know I won't be happy. I know Chris Greer can find talent because I've watched a lot of talent come through here in the last 5-6 years. So I know the whole coaching thing has not gone well. I'm willing to kind of try to fix that part and keep him because that's half the battle, finding talent. But if somehow or another the owner is willing to take a step back and not listening to any of the criticism out there from the media, the fans, whatever, and you bring back McDaniel after another year of not, I get if you bring back McDaniel, they go to the playoffs and they win a game, you got to bring McDaniel back. I mean, he had a lesser team and he achieved more. Now you've got something. Now you can't fire the guy. But if he has a disastrous year, you only win 5, 7, 9 games, whatever, and you don't get into the playoffs, whatever, and then you bring him back. I think some people will hate bringing Chris Greer back, but at least you might be able to live with that if you're getting a different coach. And if Weaver does well, maybe people can deal with that. Some of you won't. I get it. But if you bring back Greer and McDaniel and you treat it like, well, you tell, hey, folks, we had to take kind of a reset and now we're reinvesting again this year and we're moving forward with McDaniel, that would be, I think a lot of fans would kind of dump the team at that point. I think the revolt, I think the disgust would be at an all-time high. That's why I'm convinced that they gave him the contract, McDaniel. They realized they screwed up throughout the offseason as everything's developed. They've realized the malaise that's in that building and in the locker room. They didn't see it before. It's funny because I've talked to several people in the building. I've told you, and they don't believe in the guy. At all levels, scouts, front office, players, trainers. I've heard from all kinds of people in that building. Like, they know what's going on. Like, they know he's not the guy. And yet the people above have kept him. Why? So this year has to be about transition. Can you imagine trying to bring that guy back? There's no way. Players don't want to play for the guy. People are defecting. Jonnu Smith and Drew Rosenhaus have taken completely the high road. Oh, yeah, he wants to stay here and he wants a new deal. Bro, he's basically telling you, I'm 29 and I'm not going to take the field with this contract for that shitty coach for 1 year. We're not going anywhere. You better pay my ass if you want to keep me here. Because this is not about winning anymore. It's about getting paid for them. Because they don't see winning. So the only thing they need to win in is in the bank account. So this year better be about transition. Unless McDaniel does something that, well, most of us with a brain don't expect. I get it. Some of you out there, you're blind hopefuls and all that, and, whatever. This better be a year where you transition into Weaver. Because you know why? You're going to lose Weaver in the offseason, and whatever candidate comes next, it's not going to be better than Weaver. I think Weaver might be the best candidate they've had walk into that building in well over 2 decades. How do you like them apples? I'll go out on a limb and say that guy I think he's better than the guys we've had here for a long time. Don't let him go. Don't let him go. Take it easy. Keep control.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.